to Arkham. A prostitute. The shock knocks me to the wall as I throw demon eyes at Leslie. Bruce, the sex work and the drugs, both illicit and prescribed by Arkham, drove her nearly insane. When Maroney learned she was pregnant and with a boy, he wanted you for himself. What are you talking about? What are you saying? What, your father, when he was a graduate from Gotham University, he took her on a wild night around the town a few weeks back, so the dates correlate. Leslie, are you saying Maroney could be my... It's ludicrous, isn't it? Bruce, they made a DNA test, of course. Your mom said she was sure, and that was enough for your father. But Maroney wouldn't let go, of course. It didn't help that she was always going back to him, begging. Begging? For what? Drops. Maroney told his buyers to cut her off, not to hurt the baby. He was her only source left. Lies! My father, the man who went to Falcone. It all adds up. That's the true secret. Or one of them, at least. He wanted to keep from the reporter he got killed. The dirtiest secret from the Arkhams. A sick and rotten core that sold their bodies to mobsters, while the king of the renewal fund was enthralled by his run for mayor. Maroney's jealousy and pride would have become more than enough to order an assassination of Thomas Wayne. Hell, why not her too? Shut her up for good. As for the drops, if my mother has been lying in bed with the enemy, even just once, she could have learned at any given time the schemes behind Maroney's operation. 9 years later, and my father goes to the same rat, Falcone, as a 1-2 punch to silence the press and throw Maroney in jail, finally ending their duel. Maroney counters by killing them. Everything fits like a glove, doesn't it, Leslie? I heard you were quite the detective. I'm only happy you took the words from my mouth, because I honestly lacked the courage to speak them aloud. No! Ah! And then I was telling Alfred he lied to me all these years. Looks like liars are the same way of keeping the white name out of the mud. Riddler knew all of it, and he was right. No more lies. Bruce, it wasn't that simple. You have to understand. There's nothing else I want to hear from you, you wretched woman. I want nothing to hear from the hands that took my baby body out of my mother's womb at birth. If half of that blood belonged to Maroney, if this soul runs in my veins, retribution will be absolute for you all. Even the court talked about a contract with my father. But if my father made a deal, who better than Maroney to make it happen? Now, get away. Get away from me.